Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to my wonderful 140 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. It always seems like every time I make a video, like I lose a subscriber and I gain a subscriber, but ever forward. So here we are at the Kraken's Lair. Um, for those of you that have been watching my videos, and you should be watching every single one of my videos, I am currently. I'm gonna flip the screen. I really hadn't planned on showing my face too much, but I'm gonna talk for a second, so bear with me. Um, for those of you have for 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 those of you who have been watching, I'm currently liquidating my collection down significantly. Like 85% of it, letting it go. I'm doing this for multiple reasons. If you go back and look at my videos, you'll get it. Um, I'm at a point where I'm sort of like it's too many books for my lovely and amazing wife, my daughter, to navigate in case something terrible happened to me and oh no, and they don't know what they're doing, and um, I'm trying to just liquidate to get funds to fund the hobby, to get higher value blue chip graded books that's got on the label the significance, this is the first appearance of Wombat Man, you know um, that they couldn't be taken advantage of. It's got a grade. It's easier to sell. They know what it's worth. The fact that I have it graded is going to clue them in that there's value here. So I've been doing this, and just to touch on, there's a sort of reverse FOMO, fear of missing out. It's fear of letting go, because I'm selling books, and it's oh no, what if they cast Taylor Swift as Dazzler, and I had this book, and I've sold it. What have I done? But then I looked at it, I was well, this is a book from the 70s. And, based on the condition you're looking to buy, we'll say mid-high grade. If this book now is worth $100, $200, $250, even if they do the Dazzler movie, what do you think it's going to go to? Optimistically, maybe it doubles. Your $250 book is now $500, and that's great. You scored. That's awesome. I saw during the Rovid, the books that people were willing to really put big money on. Now, granted, a lot of that was stimulus money. It wasn't coming out of their pocket. Quick example. I have FF48 graded an 8.0. It came back, an 8.0, and me and my friend, we did a live unboxing, and I'd spent $700 on it, and at the time, the fair market value when we did the live unboxing, it was not 10 years ago. You can just go through my catalog of videos, a couple of years ago. A little bit before Rovid, it was 4,500. It's wow, super score. As the spike from the stimulus money skewed this hobby terribly, it literally got to 9,000. I wish I'd sold it. I said this before. I was I should have sold it, because I could buy 3 copies now. For what? Where was that? Now it's like 3,800. Okay, paid $700 for it, so I'm still doing well. But my point is, like, I started like seeing this stuff, but it's like these are the books that when people have money, they want to get and are willing to spend to get. Back to the counterpoint. If there's a book from the '70s that's worth like $200 now, and eliminating that like weird spike that hopefully we'll never see again because it was weird. The chance of that, like, doubling, tripling in value, even if there's like a movie, even if there's like casting and stuff, it's might go from 203, 204. That's cool. I mean, if you're selling books and you're making a profit, if you're winning more than you were losing, you are winning. And that's great. But back again, like, I've got other goals, and I got like a wife and a daughter that don't know crap about comic books. So if they look at an issue and it's like, oh, this is the first appearance mention of vibranium, or just like deep tier characters. Oh, it's the Gladiator. It's gonna be lost on them. So I'm selling those books to get bigger boy books. I'm also taking some of the profits to get books graded so I can get a more elevated value for these books to then like sell them individually, bundle deal it stuff, and get next tier books. And so, I told you, like I am liquidating my collection. I am. I mean, not the key books, but all the other stuff. Cole, the Conqueror, number 8. You're gone, buddy. Mrs. Marvel, number 1. You're gone, madam. First appearance for Rocket Raccoon. You're gone, furry friend. Like, it is what it is. So, the exciting part is I have got an Amazing Spider-Man number 5, an Amazing Spider-Man number 6, Ghost Rider number 1, all graded, key issues. So, this is where I'm at as of today. And this is going to be a long journey. I'll take you guys with me, because I know all you guys out there with your 40,000 comics don't know what your plan is, but this is my plan, and I'm executing it. So, here we go. This is a freebie toss in from Chris at the We Love Comics. Always a kind gesture. He doesn't have to do it. It's obviously a reprint of some sort of Amazing Spider-Man 252. If you're a new collector, like, don't get fooled. Like, he's not trying to fool me, but there's differences about this cover. There's no price tag and stuff like that. So this is not an actual factual Amazing Spider-Man 252. And of course, Chris knew that I would know that. But it's a kind gesture. And actually, I sold my original factual copy of this. So it's kind of cool to have a fax only. I can read it. He tossed in this. It's a weird holograph. This like, it seems like it was like a thing like in the 90s. Like, oh, it's a hologram. Raw. So cool. Thank you, Chris. Now, the funds that I've gotten from selling books. I've done three things with. I have purchased new books. I have put in funds to have lower tier books graded with the intention of like flipping them. I will show you one that I literally spent like $6 on, and I could probably get, $200 and change. And I'll take the $200 and change minus the $6, and you continue that story and get something much bigger. So, first appearance of Batgirl. Rawr. A nice little 3.5. Low grade is better than no grade. I still believe, especially like with the stuff that's going on, like with female characters, there seems to be a focus. And so I want to acquire those key issues of female characters. And this is one. And this was an auction purchase from Chris at the We Love Comics. It was actually a pre-auction purchase. Because he shows the books that he's going to list at auction. And I will add, there is no taxes. I will add that he does a payment plan. So, and it's based on like a tier level of the cost of the books you're buying. So, and I don't want to misspeak. If it's, you're spending X amount of dollars, you've got 6 months. If you've got X amount of dollars on, the value of the books, it's a year. I've seen him offer a 2-year payment plan. And I'm like not talking like a $10,000 book. So that's very generous. That's very kind. And if you get up into where the comic book is $500, $1,000, eliminating that tax, that's actually like legit savings for you. Just saying. So, first appearance of Batgirl from the Cash Up program. I will add that in at this point, that all of these books and all the books I'm going to show you that I paid for the grading did not come from my wallet, did not come from my bank account. It was selling other books to fund doing this. And that's why I have this. We'll save you for later. This is also We Love Comics. Avengers number 2, a nice 4.5. It's funny, I bought a copy of Avengers 2 from Chris years ago, sold it to build a deck, and I sort of like lamented it. I'm not a huge like Avengers fan, but I do love Iron Man and his gold armor. And this sort of completes all of the Iron Man gold armor issues. Obviously, Tales of Suspense 39, he's in gray armor. That sucks. My hand in front of that thing. That's, but I like the gold. I really love the antennas. Like, I'm a billionaire. I'm so high tech. Like, look, like I can get like radio signals from a skull, from a helmet. Like, I love that. And so I really lamented selling this book years ago. And like I said, I got that copy from Chris. And I got this copy from Chris. So I'm going to take a little break from new acquisitions to go into books that I have utilize the funds from sales to get books graded. Spotlight 32. Man, I'm messing this up. There we go. Actually came back a little bit lower than I thought. It's those little subtle details, you know, between like an 8.5 and a 9.8 that I am just not qualified. You know, I'm just not. You know, I'm not going to analyze this book. You know, there's clearly, there's like some sort of crease or some fingerprint or something, you know. I paid $45 for this book. The grading and pressing and dry cleaning cost me about $25, and that sort of puts me close to the value of this book. I had really hoped for a higher grade, but if you're winning more than you're losing, you're winning. So I might just like hold on to this for a bit and just see. Similar situation, I had really high hopes for above a 9. I mean, 9 is like awesome. I mean, this book came out in like 1981, you know. So like we're pushing like close to 50 years old. It's the first appearance of Elektra. It's awesome. But my eyes, like, I'm like, what are you seeing that's even wrong with this? But that's okay. It doesn't matter. A 9.0 is very nice for what I spent on this book. I think it was like $70 or something. You know, I'm going to do fine on that. But I'm showing you guys, like you know, I'm not only like using money to, you know, fund the hobby buying new books, I'm also using money to fund getting some books graded, so maybe I can get a higher return on the sale to get me to another tier level of getting even bigger books. Because I have no emotional investment in this comic. I knew it was like first appearance of Elektra when I bought it. I knew when I heard the announcement that Disney had bought Marvel Comics that female characters were going to be a thing. So I started like doing that, and I did, and now I'm selling them. And I will sell this one and take that, you know, a few $100 or whatever, and stockpile that and get something more major. This really illustrates it. Had these graded, they just came back. This was a spec book that Chris had suggested, you know, about like 3 years ago. Long before the Wolverine Deadpool movie. He's like, it's the first appearance of Wolverine and Deadpool. Why would you not get this? Because that's probably going to be a thing. And it became a thing, and the movie did $1 billion. So this is the first appearance of Wolverine and Deadpool. I literally got this on eBay. The total shipping and everything was $5.70. So of course I'm in about like $25 for the pressing, the dry cleaning, and the grading, because it's more what they consider like a modern tier book, and it came back a 9.6. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make more than my, you know, $31.70 investment on this, but I'm gonna take that money, get something bigger. A beautiful cover though. Love that. Love that. Had this graded. First appearance of Lady Deadpool. Go back and watch my videos. I have been talking about this book for at least 4 years. Lady Deadpool showed up in the Wolverine Deadpool movie. I still really, really believe that she is going to be a more prominent character in another version of the Deadpool movies. And look, if your movie did $1 billion, you don't think they're going to make another one? You know? Even if it's not Ryan Reynolds. Dude, once they hit the gold mine, they're going to keep mining. And I'm like, okay, it's Deadpool with boobs. Like, this like totally appeals to fanboys and their larger demographic of, male centric, subscribers and fans of this. And I'm like, this is gonna hit a 9.8. I bought this book for it was like $18. I'm gonna do well on this and take the money and do something cooler. So, speaking of cooler stuff, I showed the Batgirl, I showed the Avengers 2, but this is kablam. Avengers number 4, 3.5. I can handle that because you get much higher in grade on this. Like I'm not spending $5,000 on a comic book. I'll do what I'm doing to get the funds to acquire a $5,000 comic book, but I'm not pulling $5,000 out of the bank account to get a comic book. That just ain't me. Ain't gonna be me. Absolutely thrilled to the moon. First Marvel Comics appearance of Captain America. So, selling off the first appearance of Mordred the Mystic, or the first appearance of, Eternals number 1. I'm pretty sure that the money I spent on this has a much greater likelihood to continue to appreciate over the next, couple years, 5 years, 10 years. And it's not going to appreciate to the tune of like, oh, now it's worth 250. And a couple years from now, it's worth 300. And a couple years from after that, it's worth 350. This is an old book. It's from 1964. And it's the first Marvel appearance of Captain America. This is where my head is at. Getting really desirable books that will always be desirable. And like I said, it was hard. Like, it's hard to let go. It's hard. But when I get something like this, I'm like, this reinforces all the reasons I'm doing it. And so, like I said, like something happens to me, it says, first Silver Age appearance of Captain America. Captain America joins the Avengers. Classic cover. Avengers 4, Marvel Comics, came out 3-64. It's got a grade. No one's going to be able to take advantage of my wife. No one's going to be able to take advantage of my daughter. And I am confident that this book, over the next decade, will absolutely appreciate. And it could appreciate significantly. So, I'm going to flip the screen. It's going to be wrenching. Stay with me. So, 140 subscribers. You know, I sort of made this channel for like newer collectors. So my advice is, like, don't go to New Comic Book Day. Don't go to the comic book shop and go, oh, hey man, you know, like, I love this character. I love Iron Fist. I love the Master of Kung Fu. I love whoever. And here's a $2 book and a $5 book and an $8 book and a $3 book and a $1 book, and all of a sudden you're spending money, like decent money. I mean, if you just want to read comics, like, yes, do it. I applaud you. But the comic books from the 90s, you know, X-Force, the Max, you know, whatever. Like, you'll end up with a collection that is not even worth the cover price. I'm telling you. But key issues, key significance, key characters, these are always going to be desirable. And when we get out like the sort of like economic challenges that we're in, and when people have a little bit more disposable income, I promise you they're going to be much more interested in an Avengers 1 or an Avengers 4 than they're going to be in, you know, the first appearance of Ultron or Crimson Dynamo or Madcap or the Spot. So just be savvy about what you're doing, what you're buying. I mean, if you want to own all the comic books in the world, just do it, man. I applaud you. Do it. That's not my goal. I will say it again. I don't prescribe to he who dies with the most comic books wins. And I know Chance, my good buddy, Chance Nostalgic Pod Blast, Chance Acting Demo, he'll never sell a book. Don't know what's going to happen to all those comic books and all that money he spent on them. Probably nothing good, because he's going to be dead. And he's got no, like, children. He's got no wife. So, you know, probably that shit's going to end up in a landfill. And that makes me really fucking sad. But he's not about letting it go. And that's his decision to make. So, I've got another book on the way. I've got another batch of comic books that I'm selling to James at Mint Hunter Comics. Pays fair prices. Honorable dude. If you're interested in selling any books. And I'm going to keep this train rolling and show you guys what books I can get. Everyone, have an amazing evening. Have a great night. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my Kraken's Lair rant. I did show some good books, so it was worth your time. And if you got a friend who likes comics, you're like, hey man, subscribe, Kraken's forever around. I'll take it. I'm not collecting subscribers, but it's nice to know that people are watching. And, like, please, like, leave a comment. Hey, man, I like this book. You suck. I hate your hat. I'm annoyed by the sounds of the fish tank. Like, just leave a comment, man. I like to know people are engaged. So, everyone have a great night. I got more stuff on the way. I got more things happening. And I am going to share this journey for those that are interested. Talk to you soon. everyone, enjoy comics, enjoy comic book collecting. I will see you next time.